Good morning, everybody. I'm just about ready to get started. Welcome, Murphy. Greetings, human. Interesting intro. We're gonna jump into a Let's Chat scene. So let's lay a foundation for, I guess, this particular playthrough. So this is a game I'm pretty familiar with. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna speedrun it or do any expert level play, but I know enough about it in order to get my way through combat and such. This is not the DS version for people more familiar with the game. We're going to be playing a remaster of the game that came out on the 3DS. So unfortunately, due to Twitch titles, it only says Radiant Historia, but technically the game we are playing today is Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology. For those not familiar with the game, some of the songs might sound a little familiar if you hear some motifs, and that would be if you played any Kingdom Hearts game. You're gonna hear a lot of songs that sound like they should be in Kingdom Hearts, as it is the same composer. So before people ask, I'll address it just right in the beginning. So let's talk a little bit about the game, I suppose. So I guess without going into super big spoilers, just stuff that's kind of on the back of the box topics, the game is going to be loosely about battling fate with the ability to potentially manipulate time, or at least events in a timeline. And we'll see how it plays out, and we'll get a little better understanding of the title itself. But essentially, it's going to be a turn-based RPG with now fully voice-acted lines, with some exceptions. Of course, there's always exceptions, but for the main plot itself, we should have voices for all the characters. And we'll address one additional thing about the remake as we get into the game. So give me just another moment. I do very much like the soundtrack of the game. I think it's automatically going to be contender for favorite soundtrack of the year. I've been meaning to play this game forever. Chat, you have no idea. Oh, we'll get into the battle music soon. Don't worry, Blue Radiance. We'll get to you soon. So let's go ahead and jump into things. Oh, it always does that.
Historia.
1 second, chat.
Chronology.
There has to be a better way to make it not do that. 1 second, chat. Okay, we're good now. Beating a couple of mags and farming up decent small gear for tomorrow. Nice, nice. Good morning, Chaos Mania. You're just one of the people I was hoping to see today. I guess we might as well watch the intro. I didn't want to interrupt the intro, but we'll talk about what Murphy's talking about. So tomorrow we'll be doing a PSO run, or several runs.
Perfect Chronology.
Perfect Chronology in some PSO. So it looks like he is volunteering to find some okayish gear for people that are looking to play. It's very kind of you, Murphy. I think in regards to techs, I'm not sure how many people interested tomorrow in leveling will end up with a force. So I'll keep an eye out. Oh. Step 1, chat. Make sure the controller is on.
Radiant Historia.
Okay, so one thing I'm gonna state here, and I feel like, especially for people that have never seen or played the game before, so we're gonna read what's in the bottom of the screen because it's a dual system game. So when I highlight perfect mode, it says recommended for players familiar with the original. This mode incorporates the new story content into the flow of the story. Cannot change modes once the game is started. So you have perfect mode or append mode. Recommended for players unfamiliar with the game. This mode allows you to play through the original story before unlocking the new story content. I will be very upfront, chat, having played the new version before and also played the old version before. Never play append mode. just don't do it. Don't do it, chat. It's a complete trap. Hello, Calvisham. I'm gonna tell you why you don't want to play append mode. So the extra contents of this game involves things you can go to at any point in time. They are not required to advance the story, but it gives you an alternative to level characters you may or may not use that often. And on top of that, it does just flow a little better to chip away at the optional content a little at a time. Whether you want to save it to the end or not is up to you. But append mode forces you to go through what would be like low-level fights when you've already beaten the game, and it doesn't make any sense. It just... I know what they were going for. I think this should be really called nostalgia mode. So for people looking to only play the original story, and even then original asterisks, because they did change a couple things, you would play append mode. But honestly, if you're looking to just have content where it makes sense, probably play perfect mode. I will denote things that are in the perfect mode for people that do pick on append mode. We'll see some early cutscenes, and then we're basically going to ignore it for half of the game. We'll go back to it at some point, but I almost guarantee you I will not be doing any of the stuff that is added on in this session, or maybe even the next session, honestly speaking. Hope you're doing well, Calvisham. We were just talking a little bit about PSO and starting off the game. Solid VH and carefully solo some ults as my gear plan at the moment. Nice, nice. I was gonna say, what characters are you playing today? Or not today. What characters will you be playing, Murphy? So we'll go into perfect mode. You know what? We'll read the difficulties. I think for the sake of the stream, I'll leave it on default. I could probably beat it on hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pretty comfortable with the game. But let's read the other difficulties. Only got a leveled Ramar and a phone Newman. I'm trying to pre-gear. Nice, nice. Oh, okay. So you want to join in with the leveling? Yeah, that's fine. I could probably help with that. I want to know about the map thing later, whenever you want. Yeah, we'll talk about that a bit later, Calvisham. I don't want to go into full PSO talk, but I will state for Sunday, honestly speaking, for a phone Newman, just specifically to Murphy, 148 mind material, 2 luck, a mind mag, some techs. If you have that, you could probably even just carry if you're playing co-op, as long as there's also another force. You don't really need anything else. You don't need armor, you don't need shields. Silliness. Forces are super easy to power level. In fact, they could probably solo with that stuff all the way to midway through very hard with like no effort. If you don't have that many mind materials, it's fine, but recommended. So anyway, let's go through the difficulties. Allows you to safely enjoy the story with little to no combat. Slash enemies on the field to defeat them automatically. Chat, we're not gonna play friendly mode. Just deep sigh. I mean, like, we're gonna be skipping combat for the most part anyways. This feels a little redundant. Let's not play with unlimited retries either. Normal, the perfect difficulty for a well-balanced game experience. Dive into the story while also enjoying tense battles. Retries, yes, with limitations. Hard mode. Only those with strong minds should brave the challenge of this brutal mode. I feel like they're kind of overselling hard mode. I mean, like, there are fights in it that are difficult, but it's not... I don't know. I've played harder RPGs on stream, I'll put it that way. But for the sake of not wanting to grind basically at all, I'm gonna leave it on normal. And yes, I'm sure game, don't worry. Alright, we'll skip the intro, we already saw that.
The sand engulfed everything.
We're off to a good start, chat. It engulfed everything. See, chat, things have gone well. Great start, we did it.
We failed, yet again. How many times has it been? And how many more will the world disappear into sand? I tire of all this, my sister.
As do I. But we cannot give up. We must succeed. If we don't...
Yes, you're right. We have to do this. Can we really save the world?
I will say to you, Murphy, I have a little bit of an overflow of mind materials. I could probably give you 99, to be honest with you. I think right now I have probably about 200. I need about 140 for something later, but I can work my way up to that. I'd rather you would have fun with the game, Murphy.
I don't know, but we must have faith for now. Come, let's start again.
Yes, let's. That's why we possess this power after all. This time,
the true history will be written.
Actually, I'm gonna make one aside here, chat. I think this is the cruelest thing this game does. So if you want to get the true ending of this game, I will just spoil there are a lot of endings of the game. You can't get it in one playthrough. I haven't decided if we'll go for the true ending or if I will play off-stream part of the game to get to that point. It requires you to beat the game and be in New Game Plus to even get the true ending. So I find this line rather ironic. But we'll get a true ending, I'll put it that way, but not the best ending. So we'll discuss at the end of the playthrough how we feel about it. Just throwing that out there, chat. For some reason, they thought that was okay. The continent of Vanquir. Actually, I forget how they say that. We'll hopefully hear it's pronounced later. A decaying world in which everything is slowly being engulfed by sand. Kind of reminds me of East 5 in a way. The strange phenomena emanates from the site of an empire that met its downfall centuries ago. And as desertification approaches, a fierce war rages over what little fertile land remains. To the east lies Alistel, a nation under siege by the war-hungry kingdom of Granorg. It is here that a certain intelligence agent is about to embark on a new mission. A mission of critical import. This agent, the most able of all Alistel's special intelligence unit, is known for his signature red garb. He may or may not be the protagonist, and he may or may not be the central figure on the box art for the 3DS game. His name is Stock. Isn't red enough, needs a hat, you're right. Get the little close-up portraits. I think that was new to the 3DS version. At least the portraits themselves are completely new. As in they updated the art style. Stock ... Oh man, you know he's a JRPG protagonist when he hits you with that solid ... chat. Prologue. Stock. So strap in, chat. We're gonna be in for a lot of early dialogue.
Good to see you're as prompt as always.
Hello, Heiss.
Spare me the small talk. What do you need, Heiss?
Blunt as always, too. Well, that's fine. It doesn't matter how rude you are, so long as you get results. Speaking of which, I have a mission for you, Stock. As you know, it's been some time since we went to war with Granorg.
Yes. I hear the situation worsens by the day.
Murphy's speaking the truth in the chat of the classic speaking options in JRPG.
You hear right. Granorg, in particular near the Imperial ruins, has faced the worst of the desertification. They're desperate to claim any land that will yield a harvest.
It's a problem, to be sure.
As such, I've been sending agent after agent into Granorg to gather info. But every time, they've been faced with complications.
Don't like the way he used the word complications there, chat.
The most recent expedition was no different. Which brings us to your mission. An agent with vital intel on Granorgite armaments has been stranded in enemy territory. I'll need you to rescue this agent and escort him safely back to Alistal.
A rescue mission? Wouldn't that usually be an army job? Unless, of course, the army isn't aware of it.
You catch on quickly. Now, the rendezvous point is west of Lasville Hills. Another operative will ensure the agent arrives there safely, even if he has to lay down his own life to do so.
How ominous of you, Heiss.
As I'm sure you can guess, I need you to handle this before military personnel catch wind. They've been eager to do away with our special intelligence unit for some time now.
I don't need intelligence. Intelligence smelligence, right, chat?
Indeed, they seem to relish any opportunity to drag us through the muck.
So, this must be done secretly and quickly.
Correct. You're the only man who can get it done under the circumstances, Stock.
Exactly. You only needed enough int to speak, and everything else could go to strength.
The only one I trust.
I'll get it done, all right. You needn't worry about that.
That's what I like to hear. I'll also be assigning you 2 subordinates for this job.
Subordinates? I'd rather you didn't. If I'm the sole survivor again...
What a line to lead into. If I'm the sole survivor again. I take it these operations go smoothly.
If you don't want that to happen, you'd best learn to make use of their talents. Otherwise, you may be better off thinking of them as mere tools to aid in your survival.
Oh, don't worry, Heiss. I will think of them as mere tools throughout the gameplay. Nothing will change here. It's fine.
They're waiting for you outside, by the way.
Tools, huh? That aside, what are these talents you speak of?
You're the agent, aren't you? Find out yourself.
They're not mere tools, they're my tools. Yeah, something like that. Hello, Snow. Hope you're doing well. I still feel a little bit of a cold. It's kind of lingering, which sucks. Otherwise, doing okay.
Moreover,
There's more?
I'm entrusting you with this.
Okay.
An old book?
It's called The White Chronicle.
The White Chronicle? Strange name.
Chat, this isn't at all suspicious. She just hands you a book.
It's blank.
I'm sure that's not important, chat. We got handed a blank book.
Don't worry about that.
See? He said don't worry about it.
It may nevertheless prove useful on your mission.
How so?
Oh, never mind.
He's just acting very normally, chat. Listen, he just wants to make sure we remember everything we dream about. We're gonna write about our experiences, and we're gonna have like a nice, happy chat at the end of these little journeys. It'll be fine. Things will be fine, chat, I promise.
Just think of it as a lucky charm for now.
He's either evil or absolutely knows you jumped in. That's true.
It may not help, but it can't hurt, can it?
Again, Heist, that's just such a weird thing. If it at least had something in it, it would, you know, okay.
I suppose not.
I suppose not, chat.
I'm off then.
Your foreshadowing is terrible. Everything will be fine. Listen, it's a game involving some time travel, but we won't need to do it because everything will work out the first time, right, chat? Everything will be fine. Alright, so let's get used to some buttons we're gonna learn today, chat. Okay, we're looking at our equipment. So, funny enough, even though I'm listed as having really high strength, basically midway through the game, I'm gonna only be using magic with him, to be honest.
Radiant Historia.
Radiant Historia!
I will slightly raise the voice volume compared to everything else and lower the sound effect volume. Confirm auto attack, battle cursor. I don't remember if I like this or not. I'm gonna leave it as is. I'll leave the text speed as instant for now. We can have a gallery in terms of seeing illustrations. So if you forget what you're doing, it's pretty useful to take a look at that. There are no skills, chat. And he's time travel when you got the Prima guide. That is quite a callback. Hopefully you're doing well today, Shaky. So we do start with a couple skills. That's just what I wanted to verify. So the game will take us through some tutorials, but I do like the general combat in this game quite a bit, but we'll hold off on that talk for when we get into combat.
I'll be waiting, Stock.
Thank you, Ominous Ice. Hope you're doing well. Never occurred to me you could use control to switch the 0 to 1 hotkey bar until I saw it do it in a video. Oh, for sure. I didn't know about that at all because I literally just don't play with the PC. And I just happened to be playing like the GameCube style on Blue Burst, and I was like, oh. Just oh on that one.
Waiting for the day you finally catch up to me.
It does help a lot, I will say. I don't have it like super optimal. I could probably swap out more spells. But I did give myself access to like 6 or 7 additional texts compared to before.
That must be them.
That's also true. You could get away with just Gafoe. if you're making a forest, it's fine. That's all you need. Gafoe and Resta.
Are you the two Heist said would be working under me?
You bet we are. I'm Rainy. Nice to meet you.
Dramatic reveal. So she's going to be acting as kind of like our black mage of the party.
Come on, you're next.
So we will be focusing basically on Int with her where possible.
My name is Marco. It's a pleasure meeting you.
So Marco is your kind of stereotypical healer. A little on the tanky side, not great on DPS, but quite a bit of utility.
Understood. So, can you two fight? What are your specialties?
Stonk, I just told you what their specialties are. He's got to catch up to us, chat.
Of course we can fight. I'm good with spears and I can use a few spells too.
Spoiler, she's not really good with spears. Don't actually fight with her spheres. Don't do that, chat. You should only be using spells with her.
And I use swords, but I much prefer healing. You might also say I'm good with intel.
Also, I will say, generally I'm fine with the voice acting in this game. This character's voice, I don't think fits the character model. I'm just saying. I don't picture that voice said for this character. He's got that stream delay going. Yeah, he's got to upgrade the internet, it's true.
Sounds good. I'm Stock.
But yes, we have the quote-unquote the first waifu, according to Murphy.
Heist already told us. From what we hear, you're his golden boy in special intelligence.
Oh, we're hitting her up with that ... Oh, the chemistry chat. You just feel it. It's off the charts.
You're just as aloof as he said you'd be. I like that. A man should be reserved, not some chatterbox who can't keep his mouth shut.
Oh no, she likes silent JRPG characters? I know. She likes it. She's happy with the chat for sure.
Glad you approve.
I'm relieved as well. But, leaving that aside, stock... sir?
Just stocks, fine.
Well then, stock, why don't you explain our mission?
Our mission is to probably die. I mean, given what the game has told us so far.
It's an extraction. We'll rendezvous with the target west of Lasville Hills.
Oh, is that it? Sounds like a piece of cake.
See that, chat? Piece of cake. Things will be fine. It's a prologue. How bad could it be, chat?
Oh, come on, Rainy. You always jump to conclusions after just the slightest bit of info.
Piece of cake. Oh man, Shaky, you gave me a Super Punch-Out flashback with that one.
So what? Has that ever led me astray?
It may this time. After all, from what I've gathered, the Granorg army has already reached Lasville Hills.
I mean, it's time travel plot. The prologue is probably going to be horrifying. It'll be fine. I'm sure there will be no potentially psychologically damaging scenes we'll see in the next minute or so. We definitely won't see anything, you know, questionable while we're in town. Definitely, chat. It'll be fine.
Wait, really?
See? She doubts me, but it'll be fine. What even is Market's helmet, though? I don't know. It's very weird in his portrait. Like, his character model looks fine, but his portrait is very strange.
But that's just south of here. It's probably only a matter of time till they attack Alistel.
The agent we're tasked with extracting is a spy who's been investigating Granorg. According to Heiss, this man has some vital information on the armaments they've prepared.
Granorg's armaments, huh? If we knew what they were gonna throw at us, we'd be able to turn this war around no problem.
Probably true.
We can't fail.
I think so. It looks very goofy.
That's right.
Do you suppose we'll be engaging Granorg soldiers then?
It is. I was thinking about that. It kind of reminds me of like those very puffy winter earmuffs, but they made that as a helmet design for some reason. I don't really understand it, chat. Also, it's like so big compared to his head too when you look at it. Like, it is legit double the size of his head. I don't understand what's going on in the portrait.
That's why Heiss is sending me.
And see, that's why we're sending Stock there to figure out why that helmet was made and who to fire.
I see.
He must really have a lot of faith in you, huh? Giving you such an important mission and all.
Well, I don't know about that.
What system is this game on? This is on the 3DS Snow.
In any case, we need to devote all our effort to the mission.
You're making Marco nervous talking about his helmets. He's very sensitive about the subject. Uh-oh, chat. What was that?
What's going on? The White Chronicle. It's glowing.
Things are going well.
What is this?
Well, chat, I see nothing but good things in the future.
Is that Marco and Rainey? They're dead. What's going on? What is this?
What was that, we think? It's called trauma stock. It's fine. You'll get used to it. It'll happen a lot in the game. I don't understand. We're so sorry, Stock. We're so sorry.
Everything okay, Stock? You're awfully quiet all of a sudden.
Are you, upset that Rainey spoke out of turn?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Chad. I'm sure that means nothing.
Come, that's enough talk. Let's be on our way.
Oh, wait a sec. Heiss left us some money for the mission.
Uh-oh, we're at 500G, chat. We're rolling in dough now.
You should hang on to it, Stock. You're our leader after all.
Yep. Come on, let's hit up some shops around town for gear. We've got to be ready for whatever might happen.
That reminds me, the vision I saw of Marco and Rainey. No, I have to put it out of my mind. Focus on the mission.
You're right. We need to be fully prepared before we depart. Let's go.
So spoilers, we're not going to the shops. There's no point. I will say there are a lot of hidden items throughout the game. Unfortunately, some of the better items we can't get quite yet. But we'll talk to some of the NPCs to see if we get extra
What's
plot.
the matter? Get to your mission.
So you can see right now, I can't get anything from his office. Soothing Balm is a healing item. We'll acquire that. In fact, is that our first set of healing items? No, we came with 7 of these. So 50 health to 1 ally, herbal teas, 30 MP to 1 ally, 3 holy waters. See, it's even nice enough to give you basically a full heal. Healing 150 health at this point in the game is pretty huge when you revive. You know what? We'll go up a floor.
Yes.
Lieutenant General Raoul is away from his desk. Well, we got a charm. Let's go see what that does. Attack and magic up and 3 additional health. Put it on the protagonist for now. So nothing to loot in any of these offices yet is the operative word. Ah, I was looking for this. Hello, save point. So nobody to talk to in this office either. Let's see who normally works here. This is General Hugo's office. If you don't have business here, then move along. Okay. We'll move along then.
Understood.
Alright, so saying the lift is operational, that's good.
Have a bit of your time.
They're just reconfirming information. Oh, we see a new name here. The second floor houses the offices of Field Marshal Viola and Heist. So we met Heist, but we didn't see Viola.
Yes.
Merchants are being waylaid by goblins. Trained soldier can handle merchants. Goblins are a major threat. Who are you? Let's talk to you.
Say,
Can't go down right now. They're running some Thumatech experiment. The basement has all sorts of experiments. I'm sure that won't be important for later. We're not authorized, chat. For our safety, we're not allowed to go further. So anyway, we're coming into tutorial world to take a couple items early, I guess. We'll talk to you briefly.
You got that?
So they spout very generic info. That info is actually not useful. We'll talk about it when they bring up something relevant for combat. It's like their advice was get a first strike so that you don't die. And I'm like, yes, that generally would be preferred to being ambushed. That's not super in your control, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so he volunteered. Let's talk to the person at the desk. This is a reception desk. Volunteers have been up recently, but besides that, there's a slight problem. Maybe I'll ask for your help later. Okay, so we'll have to remember she won something from us in the future. Oh, they are just chugging away. It's always packed with people. You must eat a lot and you must drink a lot, or else you'll never be a great warrior. That is a philosophy, I suppose. I'm not here for the food, says the man. I'm here for the girl behind the counter. I guess he's honest. Do you know Major Ross? She has a mechanical left arm. Oh, we'll get to know him soon enough. He's the strongest soldier. Interesting. That name will probably be more important in the future. We'll talk to the girl behind the bar.
yes?
Everything here is delicious, but nothing to order. Should I pick up any of the subunits for the newbies? I think they should probably be okay. I gave out a heavenly HP to one of the people playing, and I could probably give out another one as needed. Calvisham in the chat will be joining, so he also has ridiculous health. It's the philosophy of the Nord, says Murphy. Eat a lot and then go kill people. Come back and eat a lot while telling other people who you killed. That sounds about right. So we could go to the shops. We're not going to.
Yes.
Alcohol brings out the truth. Interesting philosophy. Hey, do you know the Desert Crows, the noble bandits? The other day I was walking around Latsville Hills with my dad. We were attacked by a monster and the crows saved us. I was scared, but they were so cool. Okay. So we're getting a little bit of lore about the area. Ivan Somini says I have to play the part of Queen Protea. Queen Protea is the evil queen of Granorg. Okay. So we're learning more about them. I can't go through the doors yet. We'll talk to the children. Oops. Oh, so apparently he said... I went a little fast because I was holding down on the D-pad. But apparently he said the little girl was perfect for the queen. And then he reminds us the queen is evil. So that's quite a philosophy. So why are we not allowed through here? This road is closed. We're maintaining one of the machines here. We apologize for the inconvenience, but you're not allowed to sequence break. I mean, I guess fair enough. Nothing really stops me from checking out the store. I'm just not buying anything.
Damn.
So they say the war's not going well for us. But in times like these, the alcohol sales go up, chat. What a philosophy. Isn't the whole point of time travel to sequence break, though? Sort of.
Hey.
So this kid said, what exists in the past? We don't have an answer for him. And he says, maybe maybe you aren't the one we're looking for. So we already have a mysterious password person we're gonna have to remember for later. Potentially might be involved in a side quest. I will showcase things in the store. So I could get this epee, thin sword for thrusting. I'm not going to. We could get beast skin, which gives me 7 additional magic defense, made of durable dermis. Spoilers, I'm not buying it. We could look at the accessories. We could get a charm, which adds 3 additional health, 1 attack and 1 magic. We picked one up earlier, so I don't really care. We can multi-stack the same accessory. I know some games are kind of particular about that. So the pawn stud for additional 3 to defenses. We have the seed ring for 10 extra health and 5 extra MP. More important to probably have the MP for certain spellcasters. But yeah, not that important at the moment.
Excuse me.
So apparently they saw General Hugo the other day. Let's talk to the people in here. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff where, honestly speaking, there's only a couple points in the game I would really recommend using the shop. Especially since we're going to be getting kind of low on money, given I'll be skipping a lot of combat. To make it a little more interesting, chat. I don't want this stream to be like 2 hours of auto battle, potentially, for just money. So we're gonna basically just not purchase anything. City Salsal is always pleasant thanks to the technology, but I hear that the power isn't used much in Granorg. Interesting. So we'll come over here and talk to this person. Might not look it, but I'm in the military. I'm an engineer. So surprisingly, chat, I will say in terms of integration, a lot of the seemingly unimportant conversations we talk to, like how I was just talking how that person's an engineer or that person's looking for a password, they all do tie in to things either in future chapters of the game or side quests, which is kind of cool. Another herbal tea. Kind of an okay drop. So it's kind of neat that, like, a lot of dialogue is actually somewhat important for later. So you could get some early plot hints if you want. The country was founded about 70 years ago by the followers of the Prophet Noah. The Prophet Noah is the only saintly being on this world. Uh-oh, chat, are we one of those nations? Never a good sign, chat. We'll talk to the little child.
Huh?
They told me we have to be patient with a lot of things because we're at war, but what does that mean? Where is war and why can't we leave? Oof.
Sir.
Granorg will be defeated. So we can see the chests we were denied from before.
Yes.
The Gootrolls and the Satiros live on the continent along with humans. Okay. They're the beast kind. They say the thermotech power is bad, but never want to live without it like they do. Uh-oh. So we are the high-tech society, and possibly the beast people are more down to earth. Another 300G. Too bad. I'm not using it. The beast kind don't like us much, so we don't interact much. It's disappointing. Alice still doesn't have a very good relationship with the beast kind. Well, I mean, if they don't like the giant power plants, etc., etc., they kind of make sense. They don't want to talk to us.
Sir.
Oops.
Sir.
You were from up there earlier.
Yes.
Remind me, is the item store. You could get all sorts of lovely items here. There's no better place to stock up on supplies for the road. We might get some items throughout the game compared to equipment. Like, for example, we could get this poison wing to make certain combats easier. I would say in the original version of the game, people would probably go for the poison wing first, but we don't need to. So a small aside about status ailments while we're just wandering around getting some lore. Status ailments in this game are permanent. So if you get poisoned, you are poisoned for the entirety of the combat. It does not wear off over time. That also applies to things like sleep. However, obviously, if you get struck in the face, you'll wake up. So we do have to be very careful when we're in certain boss battles. And that also means anything that can cause a status ailment can be extremely powerful for us. So let's continue. Here's the only inn of all of Alistal, if you could believe it. Visit it if you want to heal your wounds. I think we'll go upstairs and take a look at who's in the inn currently. Another charm. Okay. Actually, I think Rainey's gonna be our magic damage dealer, so I'm gonna give her another +1 to magic. Her having 3 extra health also doesn't hurt. But yeah, it would be a waste to give that kind of item to Marco, but to the protagonist and Rainey, it's pretty solid. Okay, so I don't see anything else we could do so far, but we should be getting a cutscene. There we go.
This mission's gonna turn the tides of this war in our favor, right?
Most likely.
Well, all right then. Let's do this. Come on, Mark. Let's go.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Stock.
Look at that character, chat. Look at that mechanical arm. As we heard earlier, his name was Rosh. His armor's ridiculous, chat. I love, too, by the way, when you see him walk around, he generates dust everywhere. I guess this is implying he's just, like, so huge compared to everybody else in the bulky armor.
You're as cold as ever. I don't mind you giving me that treatment, but you really should try to warm up to everyone else. By the way, you heading out?
Yeah.
Let me guess. An SI job?
Oh, are you doing, like, one of the Phantasmal Worlds or whatever just to get texts? I probably have spare ones for you, Murphy, to be honest with you.
Out with it, Rosh. What do you want to say?
I have a bad feeling about this mission stock. It's going to be dangerous.
Oh, Rush will be fine. We didn't see any ominous flashbacks that were of concern. Or flash forwards. I guess it would be a flash forward at this point in the game.
That's nothing new. All of my missions are dangerous.
It's more than that. Please, trust me.
Hmm?
I can't tell you how many of my compatriots I've seen draw their last breath over the years.
I will say, Murphy, if you need Meseta, I will give you... let's say at least 600k.
But every time it happened, I got the strangest feeling.
Unless you mean to, like, buy them at different places, like the trading thing, then that does require quite a bit. Makes sense, makes sense.
It almost felt like I knew they were destined to perish.
Destined to perish, what a phrase.
The stench of death weighed heavy on them.
Well then, chat, they're being very blunt about it.
And now it weighs heavy on me.
That's right. What I'm sensing from you is nothing good.
Thanks for the support there, Ross. Just the stuff foreboding or anything.
Even if you manage to survive, you'll end up with something like this arm of mine.
Your gauntlet.
Hey, I got out lucky. Might be a limb short, but at least I'm still alive.
Oh, my bad. I always forget. Yeah, I know which one you're doing. I had a lot of fun with that one in the HBR. That was like one of the few times I had fun in episode 2.
Not everyone ends up so fortunate, though. You'd do well to remember that.
The vision I had earlier of Rainey and Marco's deaths. Does Rosh's premonition have to do with that? We could just disregard, it's fine. Does that mean I'm gonna die too?
Stock.
Yeah? What is it?
What is it? Listen to you. You were scared white. I really got to you, didn't I? If so, I'm sorry.
30-40 hit Vulcan's not bad.
No, it wasn't that. Listen, just don't worry about it.
All right then. Not like I have much choice knowing you. No matter how much I argue, you'll still go off on this mission of yours.
Alistair's very survival rests on my shoulders. I can't fail. I won't.
I hear you. That's the way things are, I guess. The mission is everything. That's one thing us military folk actually agree on with the SI. By the way, I'm sorry if what I said spooked you. I just had to warn you.
I appreciate the concern. Honestly. But I'll be alright. Allow me to prove just how wrong your intuition can be.
There you go, chat. So the book tells us that they're gonna die. Our companion tells us we are also going to die along with them. And we're like, nah, it's fine, we got it.
I hope you do.
I hope you do indeed, Rosh.
This time, I wouldn't mind being wrong.
It's funny that you say that, Calvisham. He basically, like, hovers.
Well, I should be getting back. Lieutenant General Raoul summoned me. Stock, don't die out there, okay?
I won't.
Oh, we don't get to see him from the front. That's unfortunate.
Excuse me, Stock. Shall we be heading out?
Hold up. You know that guy?
Yeah. He's my best friend.
Wow. That arm of his is really something, by the way. Fake, yeah?
It's Thaumatek. It might be artificial, but he can move it just as well as a real arm.
Murphy, I had the same question when I played. I thought he was like a dwarf potentially, or a small child. I didn't really understand what they were going for looking at the portrait. I mean, now I think it's just supposed to be a young person, but it comes off a little too young.
Anyway, I'm sure you'll be seeing more of him later. Come on, let's go.
I wasn't sure, for example, if dwarves existed in the world and he was one of the fantasy races. I got very confused when I first played the game, for sure. Even right now, I'm not sure. I question life. So anyway, we can't do anything else here. We should get another cutscene when I try leaving. And this will be only applicable if we chose to get in the extra content.
Looks like it's gonna rain. Is today the day I find him?
So that little cutscene will not occur if you go for the append mode. I guess I will safety save again, although I don't really need to save that often. So anyway, we're in the overworld. Let's go into the hills.
We'll make contact with the target west of here.
Looks like the Granorg army hasn't made it out here yet. Think they're close?
Most likely. We should hurry onward while we still can.
In that case, I've got a shortcut.
You mean the path down by the riverbank, right?
You betcha. I used to walk along there all the time.
I suppose the Granorg forces would be less likely to spot us if we strayed off the main path.
Mark and I can lead the way, Stock.
Just sit back and let us show you what we're made of.
Fine by me. I'll follow your lead.
Gotcha. Come on, let's get moving.
Stock! Over here!
Hey, look out!
Look out, chat, it's a fire chicken.
Ah!
Sure, for the benefit of the chat, we'll see what happens when you say yes to the grid tutorial. Here you will learn about the grid. Uh-oh, we're witnessing the grid, chat. Enemies will appear somewhere on a 3x3 matrix. The amount of damage you take depends on where the enemy is. Enemies deal more damage when they are closer to the front. Let's use a skill to knock the enemy back. Select skills.
No!
Use your skills to control the enemy's location on the grid. Doing so will lower the damage your allies take. Paying attention to the enemy position will be helpful. So, sadly, the tutorial did a very bad job. I'm gonna tell you why. So, because it wasted my MP and I took like 60 damage, this is gonna make the next fight actually kind of hard. I can see why people skip tutorials. Anyway, for now, we'll just complete the battle as normal.
Oh, that was a close one.
Do they take less damage at the back? They do. So if they're in the back row, my physical strikes will not do a lot of damage to them. So I potentially have to manipulate where they are.
You two really can fight.
Of course we can. We did used to be mercenaries after all.
We might not be up to your level, but we're no slouches either.
I see that.
So, don't be afraid to trust us with a little more responsibility. After all, we're putting our lives in each other's hands on this mission. I only hope we can someday gain the level of trust necessary to shoulder that burden.
As do I.
It seems the wind's picking up.
I was gonna say, if you find any with hit, I'm sure Calvisham in the chat would like a mech gun with hit.
It does look like it's gonna rain now that you mention it.
Come on, let's hurry to the rendezvous point.
That feels like PSO, Murphy. That feels very PSO. Hey, chat, it's raining. Things will be fine.
It started to rain.
Hi, Colonel.
It will make our raid on Elistel all the easier. Hi, Colonel Diaz.
Indeed. Still, while this deluge will allow us to go undetected, it benefits our foes just as well. We would do well not to let our own fortune blind us to that.
Understood.
Yes, sir. Sir, are you concerned about the tip we received earlier?
Not concerned, per se. But these conditions do seem to favor those Alistelian rats.
Rest assured.
So we are Palamedes. Worry not, sir. I shall crush those rodents underneath my heel, and your concerns along with them. Wow, he is hamming it up all the way, chat. Were I incapable of that, I would not deserve the name of Palamedes, the Executioner. Gotta ham it up a little.
Very well. I shall place my trust in you for the time being.
Loudly do they speak on this bridge.
Leave it to me.
I will not allow control of the situation to slip away, sir. Be at ease, High Colonel.
I shall.
He shall.
Still, I care not for vermin.
The rendezvous point should be right around here.
Doesn't look like our guy's here yet. Do you think he got caught?
We shouldn't be so quick to jump to conclusions.
60 hit Kane, interesting.
Right. We should wait here a bit for the agent to arrive.
But the Granarch army will be on Alistel's doorstep before we know it. We need to hurry. If we don't make it, that'll be another home scratched off the list.
Rainy.
Home. Do you mean Alistel?
We mentioned earlier how we used to be mercenaries, yes?
Mark, don't.
There's no reason to hide it. Stock should know. As I was saying, we once belonged to a large band of mercenaries. But one day we came up against an unstoppable force, one that decimated our entire troop. Rainey and I are the only ones who escaped that slaughter. It was at that point that Heist decided to take us in.
Heist.
Yeah. Words can't even describe how kind he was to us. This is what he said. You survived. which marks you as necessary to this future.
What a peculiar way of wording that.
Come with me, and let us write history together. History as it should be. And that's why Mark and I are here now.
Write history, huh?
Wait, what's that? Someone's coming. I think it's our spy.
Freaking finally!
Wait, something's wrong.
He's being pursued, and by Granork's soldiers, no less.
We have to save him.
Damn it! I can't shake them!
Enough!
You're not getting out of this alive, Alice's spy!
Are you alright?
It's you! The swordsman in red! That means...
Relax. We're on your side. There they are!
Also, we're wearing bright red for potentially a stealth mission, which is always an interesting choice. There he is, over there!
Get behind us. Marco, Rainy, protect him at any cost.
Calvisham is a Hugh cast. Chaos Vania is a Ranmar. Damn it, he's got friends!
Enough!
It doesn't matter. Those fools are no strength for the pure strength of the Granorg. Hope you're ready for us, Alistilian dogs. Viewing the move skills. I'm worried this is gonna make me do something bad, but we'll showcase it. This could actually cause a character death depending on what it does. Let's find out together, chat. Will I die for not healing earlier? Here you learn about move skills and combos. Use a move skill to force an enemy into an occupied square. Doing this will deal damage to multiple enemies with one hit. Select skills and then push assault. Select the frontline enemy. We have selected the frontline enemy. Select attack. Recommended, chat. You should not be using attack with her. So this is super suboptimal. And we'll just do another attack here. Use move skills efficiently to defeat the enemy quickly. The attack will also start a combo. By attacking in succession, you could create combos. Only do combos increase the damage you deal. They also increase the XP and money you earn afterwards. Also, chat, side note, there is a kind of nasty bug. It's not like game breaking, but it is annoying. You might notice after this combat, we'll be getting bonus XP before the main XP counts down. If you skip that by mashing on the results screen, you can actually skip getting that bonus XP altogether. That's definitely a big oops on their part, by the way. So if you want to make sure you're getting full XP, don't skip the beginning part. Let it do whatever it wants. It's not like super mandatory for me to worry about that later in the game, but early in the game, since I'm going to be skipping a lot of combats, that can get annoying. I can end up like a level or two under where I should be. Because we'll be getting a lot of bonus XP if we do things correctly. Use a variety of types of skills in your combos, such as magic after physical, the combo level increases greatly. So basically, in order to build a combo, I'm not sure if the game will talk about it, you want to alternate between either a physical skill, a regular attack, and magic. If you alternate who is doing what, so let's say you do a push skill into a normal attack into thunder, that will result in a higher combo count than if all characters did attack, or all characters did a push skill, or all characters did thunder. So we have to be kind of conscious of that, whether we're going for a big multiplier, or if we're looking just for a massive amount of damage dealt, we don't mind spamming the skill necessarily if we're already going to kill. So I'm just going to outline that. Use move skills and combos to efficiently fight the enemy. Okay. We did not get focused. Now the enemy did a silly, so we're just gonna go ahead and murder them. So let's showcase what a real combo should do. Goodbye. Better combo than what the game was trying to get me to do. So now I have push assault, which is probably never gonna be used by her if I can avoid it, and left assault, which is good, because that's gonna slide people around. Hopefully the video editing is going well, Calvisham. Every hit of a combo attack should be delivered with the intent to kill your opponent. That's some One Punch Man logic right there.
That should be the last of them. You're hurt. It looks bad.
I have some medicine stock. I brought it just in case things turned out like this. This is the only bottle I have, though.
You're healing him and not us? Oh, I was gonna say everybody recovered. Thank you, game. You're a true lifesaver. You have my thanks.
Just doing our jobs.
40 hit? I mean, it's pretty good. Still thinking if you're gonna do a PSO game on stream or not. I mean, if you end up doing it, Calvisham, probably after this, if you were around in like the mid-afternoon, I might do some PSO.
Now then, are you alone? What's become of your escort?
Yes.
Dead. Gnorg forces are advancing far quicker than we could ever have expected. Truth to tell, never expected I would make it back here. I've begun to worry that the intel we recovered would never make it into the right hands.
You mean about the enemy armaments, yes?
Yes.
That's correct. I also have a detailed account of their current invasion of Alistel. All I need to do now is to return them home safely.
Got it. We'll escort you the rest of the way to Alistel.
Well, it looks like the first stage of our mission's complete.
It won't get any easier from here forward, though.
Oh, you meant post-game. Oh. I was gonna say, okay. Good to know.
Our route back to Alistel will land us in direct conflict with the bulk of the Granorg army.
Don't forget about the guys on our heels either.
This isn't good.
Where is he? Where'd he go? There's been no word from the detachment that went on ahead.
You won't get away!
He must have escaped into Lasville Hills. Find him.
We need to move. You two go on ahead. I'll bring up the rear. Don't let them get the drop on you.
We'll be all right. Let's go, Rainy.
See? We're already putting our lives in each other's hands. Not so hard, huh, Stock?
Apparently not. Now, move out.
So we finally get to move. Oh, maybe skills are just ones I can use in the overworld. Can I just look at my... yeah, so status will look at my full list. So I can move them left and back. You love the voice of the kid. Sure, we'll take a treasure chest. Even more healing items. Well, that's gonna make my life easier in the future.
Road splits here. Which way do we want to go? I'm thinking we can get home quickest if we head north and cross the bridge up there.
No.
We can't. The Granorg army will already be there in full force. Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be a dwarf too, Calvisham. I don't think he's supposed to be. That's why, like, when I first played the game, I was like, question mark? Even if it takes longer, the southern route will be safer.
In that case, I suggest the shortcut down by the riverbank that we took coming here.
Yeah, that'd be...
Hobbit would also
Look out!
work. Oh, well.
No!
Well, chat, our mission is going well.
I can't believe they ambushed us here.
What do we do, Stock? The spies hurt bad.
We can figure that out later. Be on guard for the next attack. I'll handle this. They got away. Their only objective must have been to kill the spy. What the?
Not boxes, chat.
Blockade. The Granorg army must have put this up. Something's wrong about this. They're too well prepared. No matter. I should head back to the others for now. Are you two all right? What about the spy?
He's dead, Stock. We failed.
Damn it. If only we'd been a little more careful.
Snap out of it, Rainey. Beating yourself up over this will only get you killed. Remember, we have an obligation to report this turn of events. Don't you want to protect your home?
Stock's right. We need to tell the higher-ups what happened here.
Yeah, let's go.
The route south is blockaded. Our only choice is to head north.
But Granorg's forces are concentrated up there.
There's no other way.
I agree, Murphy. I get mad when I see, like... I get, like, level 16, 18 techs in Ultimate, and I'm like, really? Like, really?
Guess we're just gonna have to try and break through their ranks.
That's right. Brace yourselves.
Oh, I maybe don't have the option yet. I was just trying something. There's the Y to use the sword, but I think I haven't been given permission to use it yet.
There they are!
I spotted them over here.
You're kidding me. They found us already? Aren't they all supposed to be up north?
No. This is a different unit. They must be one of the teams sent out to hunt the spy.
Right. So that's why they're coming from behind us. What should we do, Stock? Shall we run away?
No. We'd only be flanked by the squadron waiting to the north. We need to deal with them here.
So I imagine the game is going to teach us the other mechanic of combat.
I'm sure it won't be too bad so long as we've got Stock backing us up.
And if not, I will use it in this combat, probably.
Either way, we have to try.
Yeah. Get ready.
Okay, let's see if it tries to teach us. It does. Okay. So you might have noticed in the bottom portion of the stream, there's the turn order. Well, you can actually manipulate the turn order. So the tutorial will walk us through this. You learn attacking using change. By using change during combat, you can switch your turn with an allies or an enemies. Select change. So we're gonna swap out with the enemy. Oh. Or it'll make us change to the ally. I don't want to do that, actually. So works on enemies as well as allies. Use change again. Okay, as long as I swap out with an enemy, this does not mess me up. So, if you change with an enemy, the enemy will attack you, but using it wisely will allow you to act with your allies. This will allow you to create combos. Changing has its downsides, however. You might notice they're red. Note how Stock is turned red after changing. This means he is vulnerable. While in this state, you're more prone to critical attacks and ailments, which is why you don't swap turns like that, tutorial. Don't make me swap with my ally. I'm gonna take more damage now. You don't want to do that, generally speaking, chat. I don't know why the game made you do that. We got lucky in the sense that it didn't target us, as we would have been bodied, probably. Performing an action will end a character's vulnerable status. Keep this in mind when changing your turn order. Okay, so... Okay, so I need to think, chat. We need to combo. So how do we combo? So let's think about it. So I have a character that can pull a unit towards us. That's Marco. So I can move the guy in the middle upwards. Although I think I mostly just need them to move positions. I guess we'll see if we can make them move positions. Since I'm already red, I might as well make them go further to try to get another turn. Well, that did no damage. Okay, let's also make the enemy go again. Okay, that's better for me. So I think I could kill them here in one combo. So let's talk about what the strategy should be. We need to start with our protagonist. He will left assault. Right, chat? He's gonna move them to the nearest spot with an enemy, so that'll put him in the middle. Then to extend the combo, get extra combos. And the fact that Marco does no damage, you do a normal attack here. Then we're going to change into our protagonist. We're gonna push assault him. So he'll go from the top row to the middle. Then we'll move all of them to the center. We're going to do a thunder. We're going to swap order. We're gonna extend our combo and we're gonna thunder, and that should kill. We don't have to be greedy with it. Yeah, exactly. Murphy has exactly the strategy we're looking to do. So the game, you have to kind of think about it a little bit if you want to optimize damage. I like that we're ending with Thunder because we're boosting its damage. Thunder will be our main kill move for like the first 2 or 3 sessions of the game. So everything else is just all situational to set enemies up. Depending on where they move, as it is somewhat random, we would have to switch our strategy to different kinds of pushes or grapples in order to fix it. So we definitely have to do strategy on the fly. But, you know, if they're in certain positions, we can make use of it. What a combo.
It's finally over.
And see that, chat? Because of how I did the combos earlier, look at how little XP we got on the next level. If I had skipped our XP at any point... Oh, we didn't have grapple yet. Actually, that would have been dangerous. So, fortunately, because I did not skip our bonus XP, we got grapple, which is super crucial. Super crucial we got that level up. So I wanted that animation to play out. Well, anyway, if we try going back down here, we can get an item. What could they need to do to mimic a fraction of our power? Exactly. So unfortunately, chat, this box is just too insurpassable. We can't do anything. The minimap, I think, keeps it basic enough. It shows you where exits are. It doesn't highlight treasure when you're close, which is a bit unfortunate. At least I don't think it does. However, we could see there's some kind of important checkpoint to the left. There's also a little cave here. And look at that, chat. The boxes stop us from getting the treasure chest, so that highly suggests we will be able to do something about it in the future. Now, we should be getting one last tutorial before we go further.
There really are a lot of them. And there will be even more past here, I'm sure. Careless fighting will only put us at a greater disadvantage.
Use the Y button on the field to use stock strike maneuver. Striking will knock it out, allowing you to begin battle with advantage.
Okay, let's knock them out and find a way through. Let's go.
Okay. So I want to see what my health is like. My health is actually pretty good. Okay. Hold on a second, chat. I can't actually use the strike maneuver. 1 second. Maybe there's something wrong with my controls. Give me a second. And that would make it very difficult for sure. There we go.
Yeah. Yes.
We got the upper hand.
I actually don't like this formation at all. I might actually run from this combat if I'm given the choice, honestly. I don't want to deal with this combat.
Yes.
I don't like it, chat. If they were in a better position to one-shot them, I would do it, but honestly, I really don't want to get damaged. So if we go to the west, we'll go to Alma Mines. East is Alistel. South is the Judgment Cliffs. So anyway, I don't think we need the levels for now. We'll need it soon. I'll fight something else.
Farther away from Alistel. Let's go back, Stock.
Oh, let's go back, Stock. Okay, I was just curious if it let me go that way. So we can make up XP later. It's not a big deal. I don't think I need it literally right this moment. Oh, we're not strong enough to deal with these? What a shame. What a tease, chat, of the treasure chest. Uh-oh, Chad.
It's High Colonel Diaz and Palamedes, the Executioner.
Alistil vermin should be passing through here. Ah, I thought I smelled a rat. It seems our man's intel was indeed correct.
Seems like they knew about everything, chat.
This is bad, Stock. We'll never fight our way past those guys.
Don't say that! What other choice do we have?
Hi, Colonel.
Hi, Colonel. Please leave this to me. There's no need for you to dirty your own hands here.
A fine point. Very well, Palamedes. Do as you will. I'm off to inspect the lines one last time before the invasion. I want these rats exterminated by the time I return.
There's nowhere to run, Alistil whelps.
Stock, you need to get out of here. I'll stall him.
Rainy, don't!
You said it yourself just a minute ago. Someone needs to warn Alistel about what's happening here.
Rainy's right, Stock. And no one's more likely to succeed at the task than you.
Enough of this! That's an order!
Before you forget, Sync can ask directly, what software to use to bind controllers and unbar keys? I use something called JoyToKey. There's a couple of different programs you can use. I just did that. Why is this guy no voice acting? Because he didn't have a portrait. That's JRPG rules. Listen, no portrait, no voice actor.
Go, Stock! You need to escape! I'll be damned if I stand by and watch more of my comrades die for nothing.
Well, things are going well, chat. I do like this music, though.
I'll protect you!
A spirited girl, this. But do you truly believe that you can best me? It is high time you learn why they call me the Executioner.
This
I guess
really is.
I wasn't
Marco!
good enough.
Rainy!
They got bodied, chat. Pathetic! Is this the best Alistel can send against me?
Oh.
You're next, rat. Do try to put up a decent fight. Though no matter how wildly you flail, you will never defeat me.
I won't lose.
Well, we said we're not gonna lose, but let's see what happens if we attack him. Not a good sign. 12,000 damage. Wow, we are a true tank, chat. I can't fall here. Wow, not many people can survive 12k to the face. Escaping is futile. It's like using a force to normal. You're not wrong. Uh-oh, chat. That scene looks familiar.
Rainy!
Loud though your cries may be, they will never penetrate the veil of death. It's a noble thing, sacrificing your own life to ensure the safety of a friend. Yet in the end, their sacrifice will be for naught. In an only too appropriate conclusion for the vermin of Alistel.
Palamedes, I swear. Oh.
What's this? You still believe you can best me? You needn't waste your energy. You'll be rejoining your fallen comrades soon enough. Or you can look to the prophet Noah you rabble believe in so blindly. Pray to him with all your heart. What do I do? How can I possibly live through this? Here is my prophecy. You will die here. That is your fate. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. An ignominious death, forgotten to history. A history that will be written by Granorg. No, it's too soon. We're literally in the prologue. I can't let it end like this.
Oh.
Ignominious. Something like that. It's not one, it's one I read, but not say out loud. So many vowels, chat. Have you finally given up? Looks like there's only one way out of this. Here goes nothing. Don't be ridiculous. We were ridiculous. Either he chose his own death, or did he expect to survive with those wounds in this swollen river?
Hey!
I ought to report this to the High Colonel. Let's leave no room for error. Go downstream and search for the body.
Sir!
Sir, yes, sir.
However...
But do you think we'll find anything? If you don't, we can assume he died and his corpse was swept away. If he did somehow live, then he can't go far. Seize him at once.
Yes.
But no, I expect he's dead. And credit roll. We did it, chat. Short game, I know.
Is this it? Rainy. Marco. Where am I? Am I dead?
No,
Who's there?
you have finally come, Keeper of the White Chronicle.
Welcome, Stock. We've been expecting you.
Children? Who are you?
It's as we feared, my sister.
Indeed, but we expected it would be so.
I'd appreciate if you answered my question.
I am Lipti.
And I, Tio.
Hello, Lipti and Tio.
And where are we?
Why are they doing that with the camera, by the way? Stop that game. I'm not doing that, I promise.
This place is called Historia. A world nestled in the Gulf of Time, formed by the almighty power of Flux.
As for why you're here, it is because you are the rightful holder of the White Chronicle.
The White Chronicle? What does that book have to do with this? I just don't understand.
The White Chronicle is a powerful relic, imbued with flux and given dominion over time.
And now that its wielder has finally awoken, the door to Historia is open.
Explain yourselves. None of this makes any sense.
This guy hasn't read a single book in his life. Oof.
Your confusion is only natural. We didn't expect you would understand right away.
Please calm yourself and assess the situation at hand.
Calm yourself. We only just probably died, question mark.
My situation? That's right. What's happened to me? The last thing I remember is facing Palamedes and...
You failed in your mission. Your comrades perished, and you were defeated by Palamedes.
Yes. I remember now. I was powerless to save Rainy and Marco. This is exactly why I didn't want to command. Their blood is on my hands now!
You forgot to power level? You're not wrong. If only they had somebody boosting them to ultimate, he would have been fine.
It's all because I told them to head north. Damn it!
I cannot deny the validity of your assessment.
Thanks for the reassurance, Lipti.
Huh? But don't you see? Your crucial error was choosing to head north at that moment.
It was at that point that the course of history was determined. But you lacked the requisite strength to make the correct decision. That is why you and your party met such a tragic end.
So had we fled south?
Yes, you begin to see.
But what of it? Nothing can be done about it now. Besides, there was a blockade to the south. Going north was our only option. Our fate was already sealed.
That reasoning is not incorrect, Stock. But had you simply changed your assumptions, you may have in fact found a way to survive.
What are you getting at?
Allow me to skip ahead, Stock.
We realize you're a little slow, so we're just going to tell you what you can actually do.
You, as the holder of the White Chronicle, have been granted the power to alter the world's fate. Only you can change the past and rewrite history the way it should be written.
It's true, we did dump in.
In doing so, you must discern the correct decision from the cornucopia of possibilities.
Cornucopia of possibilities. I like that phrasing.
Follow the proper path, and you will eventually guide history to its true conclusion.
Do you understand, Stock? The White Chronicle will grant you the power to reenact the past.
What? Don't think me a fool. What's done is done. The past is fixed. What you suggest is impossible.
Maybe you'll understand once you've tried it for yourself.
You can't be serious.
Indeed, we are. I can see you have a hard time accepting without proof. But think, have you not wished for something like this before? If only I could go back and do it over again.
If only, chat, the infamous phrase.
We sympathize with this devout wish and hope to grant it.
Then let me ask this as clearly as possible. Will this let me save Rainey and Marco?
If that is what is meant to occur, then yes.
Now go, Stock. Do what you must.
Rainey, Marco. It won't be long now.
Tia's voice reminds you of a character from DBZ. I will take your word for it. I do not watch DBZ.
I'll save you both.
But we gotta save our folks. And away we go. I was gonna say, previously on Radiant Historia.
Where am I? Was that all just a dream? I'm still hurt, though. These wounds must be the ones Palamedes gave me. Wait. That means I can't have been dreaming. Have I really returned to the past? Where is everyone? They're alive. So then, I really have come back.
Road splits here. Which way do we want to go? I'm thinking we can get home quickest if we head north and cross the bridge up there.
No.
Alright, so this cutscene's the same. I'm not gonna revoice it.
In that case, I suggest the shortcut down by the riverbank that we took coming here.
Okay, this should be new though.
Wait a moment. This is just about when... No! Get down!
Huh?
We're under fire!
You okay?
Yes.
Oh, we actually saved the agent, chat. Yeah, somehow.
Glad to hear it. Come on your feet!
Impossible. How could they have known we were here? Fall back. Let's leave the cleanup to the forces up north.
This is bad. The enemy knows what we're trying to do.
Yeah, things aren't looking so hot. Any suggestions, Stock?
It was here that I led us north to our demise. Well, not this time.
We go south. Follow me. We'll make it back to Alistel together this time. I promise.
This time? All right then, Stock. We're right behind you.
Rainey has joined your party. Marco has joined your party. sure. We'll do another save.
A barricade? Of course they blocked the road off.
I doubt we could budge it, even if we all work together. Perhaps we should head north after all.
We can't. Absolutely not.
Stock?
We're dead if we go north. But how are we supposed to get past this barricade? Is north really the only way?
Otherwise, you may be better off thinking of them as mere tools to aid in your survival.
No, they're not tools. Bringing them back alive, no matter the cost. Which is going to be really ironic when I let these characters die multiple times in combat. But how?
What the? You?
Hello, Stock. How does it feel to be back in time? Alas, it seems you have reached a dead end. I suppose history is destined to give you trouble.
But there is yet a way forward. We shall grant you the power to break through.
Huh?
Oh, it's true. They faint. That's true. Superhuman strength flows through Stock's body.
What was that?
We transferred a small portion of our power into your body.
The possibility that was blocked to you is now accessible. A different history is about to unfold.
Sift through the possibilities to find your way. We shall meet again on the other side.
Hey, snap out of it, Stock. You alright? You drifted off for a sec there.
Were you perhaps thinking of our next course of action?
I was. We'll simply move the barricades and press onward.
Huh?
Leave it to me.
Hold A near steel boxes and barrels on the field to grab them. Move with the control pad while holding the button to push or pull the object. Move the steel boxes that block the path to clear the way. Alright, so one thing I want to do. I'm going to see if I'm able to do this right now or if the game's going to roadblock me. I want to go back up north briefly. See if the game lets me. It does. He did use the HM strength, it's true. I just wanted, you couldn't break it. I just wanted that item before we went further because I might have messed some stuff up. So having like another 4 defense probably going to be useful. Yeah, no more boulders blocking the way to the Elite Four for sure. It can't be. How did they get past the barricade? Was it the plan to drive them towards the bridge?
This isn't good.
They'll get away clean if they break through here. We have to stop them cold. So anyway, small upgrade.
I won't lose.
So I think here we're expecting them to shift a little bit. I could push, or left, I mean, to make them all go to the left. So we're gonna start by manipulating their turn order a little bit. Oh, so they moved in the front. That's fine. Ooh, she took a crit. Not great. Alright, so they unfortunately went into a formation, but that should still be fine. I think what we'll do is something like push to make them go back. Then we attack. Then we push again. Then we... Do I go for combo or just damage here? So I could Thunder. Then I can change this to attack into Thunder. Hopefully this is good enough. Okay, that was good enough.
Oh, that was a close one.
I'm making sure we get the XP. As you can see, I'm like almost literally halfway to leveling. I want to get a certain amount of XP as we go along. I'm not at the point where I might need to heal. I could use 3 MP just to heal myself. I'll play it on the safe side. I could always use an inn later if I want to. There's one fight I want to do at some point here to make up for the fight I skipped earlier, and then I don't think I need to fight anything else here. If we keep going this way, we'll soon reach safety. I'll be able to return home with everybody alive.
Yes, we made it through.
Alistair should be just ahead.
I can't believe I made it out of there alive. This feels like some kind of dream.
Thank you.
Owe you three a lot, thanks.
No need to thank us. Just hurry and get the intel to Heist.
Right.
Will do. With everything I know, should finally be able to mount a counteroffensive.
All right. Mark 1 in the win column for us.
That's right. Beyond that, though, you were amazing out there, Stock. You saw clean through the Grand Road trap and even managed to get us past that blockade.
He's right. We probably wouldn't be standing here now if it wasn't for you.
Very true, Rainy, very true.
Yeah. I can hardly believe it myself.
I know. Why don't we celebrate once we've reported to Heist?
Oh, great idea. Mark's buying.
What? I never said...
Gotcha.
I changed history. So, this is the way things should have gone. Ugh, I'm hurt bad. I could barely stand.
Come on, Stock. We should... Stock! What the... Where'd those wounds come from?
Did he protect us sometime while we weren't looking?
He's too far gone for a quick fix spell. He needs a doctor. Come on, Stock. Take my shoulder.
Okay. We'll get our XP later then. It'll be in this area, don't get me wrong, but it's fine. It'll wait.
Mark, help me out here.
You heard it, chat. Healing magic, not good enough. We need a real doctor.
Right. I'm too short to lend a shoulder, per se, but I'll do what I can.
Are you two safe?
We're fine, see? Spick and span. And it's thanks to you, Stock.
I'm glad.
Stock! Hey, hang in there.
We did not hang in there.
Passed out.
Let's move it, Mark.
Rainy has left your party. Marco has left your party.
I know this place. Historia.
Welcome back, Stock. It seems your journey proved fruitful.
The actions you have taken have altered the course of history. Well done.
That's right. I really did change the past. I have to thank you. It's because of you that I could save everyone.
It is not us you should be thanking. The White Chronicle is what enabled this miracle.
What?
Consider us to be the guides of Historia. As such, it is our duty to teach you just how to harness the power of the White Chronicle.
I'm not concerned with that at the moment. What I really want to know is, why does such a thing exist? This White Chronicle allows me to move freely through history, changing whatever I choose. Such an object seems too powerful for human hands.
There's a slight error in your phrasing. Not even the holder of the White Chronicle is able to move freely through time.
Why not?
You are only capable of returning to fixed points in the time stream. The best way to describe them would be as pivotal moments in history. Traveling to these moments will grant you the opportunity to rethink your prior actions. However, you will not be able to change anything not directly related to those actions. Considerable as the White Chronicle's strength may be, it too has limitations.
So it's not all powerful then?
No, that would be much too dangerous. Think what would happen if such immense power were misused. There would be no stopping it. That is why the creator of the Chronicle placed restrictions on its operation.
Interesting. Speaking of restrictions, how will I know which moments I am capable of returning to?
They'll appear naturally as you go about your life. You won't have to do anything out of the ordinary to bring them into existence. As for the how, we will inform you when one has occurred. There is one important principle to keep in mind, though. These moments will be born of your experiences.
In other words, I can only access moments in history I myself was present for.
That's right. We should also discuss your injuries. Despite your never having faced Palomedes in this new history, your wounds did not disappear. There is a reason for this. There are two types of time. One the whole world experiences, and one limited to you. Even though you alter the world's time, your own time will not be reversed.
So the wounds don't disappear because, in my own timeline, they still happened.
That is correct. You may redo any given moment as many times as you like. But should you be slain, your own personal timeline shall reach its terminus. Remember this well.
I will.
There is also a favor we'd like to ask of you.
What is it?
We ask that you not speak of the White Chronicle to anyone.
So already we have to not tell people we're time travelers, got it.
No matter how close your ties to them may be.
That seems a rather loaded statement there, Tio. You thinking of someone in particular?
Nothing good will come of the existence of the Chronicle coming to light.
I think I understand. People would fight for this power if they knew it existed. That much is clear. But what about the original owner? I got the White Chronicle from my superior.
Stock actually asking pertinent questions.
It's hard to believe he doesn't know about all this.
It is hard to believe he doesn't know all about this. What do they have to say in response to that?
Even so, you mustn't speak of it. We cannot tell you why.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those characters. Gotcha. we can't explain it to you because it would spoil the plot. Got it. Right, chat? Check mark. Not my favorite. I mean, like, we've seen it in many games. It's not specific to this one. This is not my favorite of plot points, for sure.
What are you hiding?
I'm sorry, but some things must remain obscured for now.
Listen, we'll call them mid-game plot twists. I mean, we knew about them, we just didn't tell you for a reason that I maybe will receive later, who knows.
There is good reason for that.
If we told you now, there really wouldn't be much of a game now that you have time travel.
One of the restrictions on the Chronicle is that we aren't allowed to side with anyone.
Some secrets must be kept in order to protect you.
Allegedly they must be kept, chat.
That is the most we can divulge right now. Though we will remain here to offer our guidance to you, you must be the one who decides to change history.
We ... them. That's the appropriate response.
I understand why you may be suspicious of our motives, but make no mistake, without your power, the world will assuredly meet its demise.
Please, Stock. We will do anything we can to guide you on your quest.
Fine then. You might be hiding something from me, but I'll play along. I'll use the White Chronicle to change history, and not breathe a word of it to anyone. How's that?
Excellent. I'm glad you agree.
Well then, Stock. Until we meet again.
Stock narrowly managed to survive his deadly mission to the Lasville Hills, thus setting his fate in motion. Yet far away in the land of Grenorg lies another whose story is only just beginning. ... Grenorg Palace. Blonde girl. She ... Uh-oh, chat. She might be important. She's stealing our protagonist lines. It's not fair.
I'm at a loss. What would you do, Ernst?
Pardon my intrusion.
Wait, is that the same voice actress of Berseria? It kind of sounds like her. I'm gonna listen a bit more.
I'll be right there.
I'm pretty sure it is. Nice. Not Velvet, but Eleanor.
Mother!
Oh, there's the evil queen we learned about earlier. Gnorg Palace in the audience hall. Well, allegedly evil. I guess we'll make that determination by viewing the plot events. The oppressive, well, apparently, we didn't have to go very far. Apparently, just one more sentence. The oppressive Queen Protea reigns over the people of Gnorg from within. In her audience hall, she sits on her throne, enacting various policies at her whim. The chaos and misfortune that transpires during the war, all of it had its origin in this chamber.
What is it now, Eruka? I took time out of my busy schedule for this, so it better be important.
Mother, when can I expect a response regarding the employment program I proposed recently?
Ah, yes, that. The proposal has been rejected.
Wow. Not even being the daughter of the queen will allow such proposals through.
From what Selvon tells me, it is entirely too costly.
But Mother, consider the future of our nation. Employment will be granted to those who have lost their jobs. Lives will be enriched. Funding is necessary, of course, but a few cutbacks here in the palace should be quite plenty.
Cutbacks? But everything here is essential to my well-being.
And one of the people who sacrificed their lives to ensure that well-being. Continuing to live here without even acknowledging their pain is a shameful way to rule.
Child, you fail to understand. The citizens yearn to be in the presence of we exalted royals. That is why they toil so.
I guess that's one way to view it. I don't think the commoners would appreciate that if they heard that, though.
Our lives of luxury are not a privilege, but a genuine duty of the Granorg royal family.
There you go, Chad. It's their duty to live in luxury.
Selvon assures me of such.
She likes mentioning the Selvon. I don't think Selvon's good for the kingdom, Chad.
Mother, please listen. The duty of the Granorg royal family is to save the world by performing...
Ooh, now we're getting a tie-in. So they haven't really mentioned how the White Chronicle user so far has an interaction with saving the world, but now we have a character mentioning saving the world by performing some kind of ritual. So we're getting a little bit of a tie-in to something we saw earlier, potentially.
How tiresome. I don't have a thought to spare for such drivel. If you wish to avoid upsetting my retainers, I advise you drop the matter. After all, you wouldn't want to meet the same end as your brother, would you?
Wow. Queen straight up saying it would be such a shame if you had an accident, wouldn't it? To her own daughter. Wow. That is, interesting family they got there.
Prince Ernst never was very bright.
Oh no, somebody else was dumping in chat?
The kingdom could have been his if only he hadn't chosen to defy his father's wishes. Then again, I suppose I can't complain. That is the reason I sit atop the throne now. The one respect in which your brother's actions worked in Granorg's favor.
So, Prince disagreed with King. Prince presumably dead. Queen now ruining the entire kingdom. I see we are in the good timeline so far.
Mother, you failed to recognize the heavy responsibility that accompanies leadership over Granorg.
It is exactly that responsibility that calls for my steady hand. Such matters are still far too much for a child like yourself.
And it is you who will be held accountable for your actions on that throne someday. You're not wrong. You will be responsible for this nation's fate. Oh, is that the oft-mentioned advisor?
That seemed rather heated. Is everything all right, my queen?
Pay it no heed, Selvon.
Indeed it is.
But my, dealing with children can be so vexing.
Indeed. The fault lies not with you, Queen Protea.
Oh, Selvin, you couldn't be more wrong.
Of course it doesn't. It shall be my rule that brings Granorg into a new dawn of prosperity.
I should have known. My words cannot reach her. If this goes on, Granorg will be in trouble. If only I were more like Ernst.
Lady Erica.
Nonsense, Lady Erica. You have us to rely on. Please, your decision.
There's no other choice. I have to do this.
Though the last mission was a success, Stock suffered heavy injuries. Rene and Marco carried him to the infirmary inside Alistal Castle. A few days later...
So, you made it back alive. I expected greatness from you, and greatness you have given me.
Heiss? What are you doing here?
They told me my best agent was in critical condition. How can I get any work done in my office while you're here in such a state? I told you before, you're one of my best boys. ...
There we go. We got our line back, Chad.
Much about our situation has changed while you slept. The Granorg army invading Lasville Hills has been driven back. Not only that, but we even managed to take back the sand fortress at the border.
Impressive progress.
All of it thanks to the intel you brought back for us. We've finally proven our worth in the eyes of the military. It ought to keep our detractors off our backs. For a while, at any rate.
One can only hope.
Stock, my boy. Can't you at least act a little happier? Or does it hurt too much to give so much as a smile?
Wow, we're straight up being called out. No moping. We have to be able to celebrate.
You should know by now, I'm not one for merriment.
Ah, well. As long as you have your health. ...
Ooh, man, we're hitting him up with the intense dialogue.
Let me guess. You have my next assignment for me.
You always have been so astute. That's right. There is a job I'd like to ask you to take on. Come around to my office later.
And what of Marco and Rainey?
I put them on leave. The last mission was rather a strain on them after all. But they seem to have taken a liking to you, and they're looking forward to your return. I plan on assigning them as your subordinates on the next mission as well.
I see.
By the way, Stock, did the White Chronicle prove useful?
Directly addressing the MacGuffin, as mentioned earlier. So Heiss clearly knows something about it. What? Does Heiss know something? Stock, come on. Stock, come on. Come on, protagonist. Let's be real here. Like, I know we don't have to mention it, but you could probably still talk about certain things, but I guess we're not going to do that. Shake your head, Chad. Definitely a missed opportunity here.
Well...
I know, Heiss. You figured we would talk about it a bit more. He seems awfully curious. We even ... in our internal monologue. Man, we are true JRPG characters. I should play dumb for now. Those two told me not to mention it to anyone after all. I mean, you don't have to mention it, but you could ask him how he got it or why he gave it to you in more detail. Well, I guess we'll see where it goes.
Yes, as a lucky charm, just as you said. Heaven knows we needed luck on that mission. That's the only reason I can see for us coming back in one piece.
Oh no, chat. I was not expecting that. Hold on, chat. We got One Piece. Oh, it's a classic.
I see. So nothing, happened?
Such as?
Heiss almost seems disappointed we didn't talk about it. We both ...
All right. I'll let you hang on to the White Chronicle for a while longer. I'm sure you could use a lucky charm on your missions from here on out. If you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to. Once you're back on your feet, come around to my office.
Odd that he asked so directly about the White Chronicle. It certainly saved us, but is that really why Heist gave it to me? Or was there another reason?
There you go, Stock.
It's impossible to read.
Well, there you don't go, Stock.
I'll have to tread lightly. I may need to put some distance between us before long.
Well, we just got out of the hospital. So, interestingly enough, we're coming up to a split story choice very soon. I'm probably gonna pick up a choice to show off, I guess, the most content.
Yes.
The Area 3 here is off limits. As you imagine, we're going to be going back and forth between certain key points where I may or may not have something needed to correct the future, as it were. Kind of like we got bailed out before with the ability to push boxes. We could presume we'll need some abilities in order to get past certain plot points. So we'll go through what I will say is a general overview of seeing why we might need some things. So we're probably going to check mark and pick some of the bad choices first, just to give us an idea of what happens if we don't have things. Unauthorized entry is prohibited. Kind of Metroidvania time travel? Exactly. So we're going to be collecting a lot of different abilities, some of which are passive, some of which are active abilities. Sometimes it's even just having knowledge or even a plot item will enable us to change the future. Because you have to keep in mind, we can't tell people we are time travelers. So often we might come across a situation or two where we have to convince them to do something. So if we don't have what we need, we have to go see where else we could go.
I'm nearly finished with this thaw machine.
That character is certainly a look. It kind of reminds me of somebody you would see in like Ghost in the Shell. I get those vibes from this character.
Don't interrupt me unless you can be of some use.
Why did his voice break like that? Of some use! Like.
Indeed.
So we have Mies here. Fennel is the brightest mind in all of Alistil. He's the one who can make the thumb attacks that allow even new recruits to fight like pros.
My apologies.
In other words, I would stay out of his way if I were you. So we got the giant battle max. We can't do anything with them. They have to be piloted. So just double checking. Didn't miss any interactables. So again, as I said before, we'll be getting a lot of passives. It looks like we've introduced ourselves to a new character.
You're finally up.
Sonia.
I thought you were done for when I saw Marco and Rainey carrying your body into the city. But I guess I should have known better than that. You trained way too much for that to happen.
Spare me the exaggeration.
I'm not exaggerating. You could have died out there, Stock. You and Rosh need to start thinking more about yourselves and less about your missions. Our entire army operates the same way. Everyone's ready to risk their lives for Alistil.
I will say after this dialogue, I'm going to bump up their vocals just a little bit more. I think they didn't quite get their sound balancing right. Because keep in mind, I didn't even leave it on default. I raised it. So I might put it to max. We'll see.
What about the people back home who care for you, though? Does it not give you pause?
I'm sorry if I worried you.
I think Stock's lines are fine. Just some of the women, I don't know if they were further from the mic or just something in the processing happened. They sound like much lower than they should be, for sure. I think Rainey's fine, for example, but the Queen and Sonia, sometimes their lines are a little iffy.
This is my job. If I don't take up this mantle, Alistil will never hold a candle to the might of Granorg.
I realize that. I might as well be talking to Rosh right now. You two have always been so hard-headed.
Speaking of Rosh, where is he?
Up with Lieutenant General Raoul. He's being appointed commanding officer for a new brigade of fresh cadets. He said he'd be down here shortly to visit if you're hoping to see him.
We ... the soldier coming up to us.
Can I help you?
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
Suspicious soldier drew his weapon on us, chat.
Sonia, run!
Some kind of weird.
What's this black glow?
I was gonna say purple glow, but black glow, sure.
Stock!
He got wrecked. Did you
Talk about a nasty surprise. What's going on down here?
Did you see that flying lance? Chad, he got lanced. That is a horrible way to go.
Rosh!
Are you two okay? He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, I'm all right.
What about you, Stock? You look like you're healing nicely.
I like how we're just like making. He just killed the man. He's like, yeah. Anyway, so how you doing? What another introduction, Raj.
I am.
What division are you with?
I guess he's alive despite being lanced, but probably not for long.
How dare you turn your sword against a fellow soldier?
Still,
Huh? What was the... Whoa! What the hell just happened?
Well, he's no longer a person.
He turned to sand.
What do you make of that soldier? He wore an Alistel uniform, but...
So we know there's some kind of desertification happening. There's also clearly something making him do things, or maybe he was empowered. So it's slightly unclear. But clearly him speaking then caused him to turn to sand. So something is definitely fishy.
You don't think this was Granorg's doing, do you?
No. Something about it seems strange.
Stock. People don't normally turn into sand. I think everything seems strange.
A professional assassin would have acted far quicker.
Sure.
True. And then there's the way he died.
Thank you, Raj. That's just kind of like the more obvious thing to bring up.
The sand plague, most likely.
Oh, they do. Oh, okay.
I've read about it before, but this is my first time seeing it up close.
So apparently this is known. Interesting.
It's just like the reports. It causes people to turn into sand.
Huh. I'd always dismissed it as some old wives' tale.
Seems real enough to me. But how could a person just disintegrate like that?
It starts with the essence of life, mana, which is found in all living things. They say that when one loses their mana, they turn to sand.
They don't just die?
That's right. The order is reversed in the case of the sand plague. Normally, after a person dies, mana flows out of their body. But that soldier was still alive when his mana left him. That's why he turned to sand.
So basically, the sand plague drains a person's mana.
Seems so. I have no idea why that would happen, though.
Think it's connected to the desertification somehow?
Maybe, maybe not. Though, at this point, nobody knows what's causing the desertification either. They say it began sometime near the fall of the old empire over a century ago. But did the collapse cause the desertification? Or was it the other way around?
Too many questions without answers. What's gonna happen to the continent?
There's no knowing that. For now, let's just try to do what we can to make a difference.
You're right. Well, I should be getting back to work. Oh, and by the way, we shouldn't tell anyone about this.
Why do you say that?
Boss's orders. You know Fennel next door, right? When I told him what happened, he was pretty adamant that we keep it under wraps.
Okay. So we did tell somebody else about this. See if that backfires in the future.
I'll keep that in mind.
We will keep that in mind.
Anyway, back to work for me. You two can stick around here as long as you like.
Hey, Stock. How would you feel about joining up with my brigade?
I was just about to mention this. So we actually get a choice to initiate what we'll call officially Chapter 1. So we can either join Rosh's brigade, or if we go back up into the office and talk to Heiss, we can take Heiss up on his offer, because remember, he wanted us to do another mission. So I think from the standpoint of the playthrough, I'll start with Rosh first. But we'll hear both of them now.
It'll be just like how it was before Heiss started up Special Intelligence.
Why now of all times?
I'm working under Lieutenant General Raoul to head up a new corps. I need a good adjutant. More than that, I need one I know I can trust. It'd be a weight off my shoulders to have you around.
So you mean for me to quit my current post under Heiss?
You'd have to, yes. Lieutenant General Raoul will handle the transfer from the SI to his command. We can take your subordinates along with you too. That'll be no problem.
But can you sway Heiss?
That, I don't know. But he'll either be convinced or coerced. Lieutenant General Raoul will see to that.
Also, I will say one thing. So if chat is wondering, you can time travel, go back and forth. What happens when you get future party members? Can you bring them to the past? The answer is no. So characters that might fall off in terms of power later in the game might be your only options in certain parts of the game if you go back in history, quote unquote. So there's definitely going to be a lot of party member swapping and usage with that fact in mind.
Look, this is your decision. Whatever you believe is best, that's what we'll do.
Speaking of which, we now have a potential node to come back to. I'm sure the game will explain it in just a moment. Wait, this feels just like the last time. It's happening again. The white Chronicle is shining. Uh-oh.
What now?
That does not look good for Rosh there, chat.
Wait. That's... Rosh. He's dead. And... is that me with him?
He's dead, and we have our weapon drawn. And it looks like he also had his weapon drawn. And it looks like he was cut through the center with a big slash.
I killed Rosh?
Well, I mean, I guess if the protagonist wants to spell that out.
That's impossible.
It's impossible, Chad.
Stop this. Please. Don't show me such things.
No. Am I really going to kill Rosh? What kind of future would lead to an atrocity like that?
I can see the hesitation all over your face.
Nothing like killing our best friend, right, chat?
I'm not asking for an answer right now, mind you. Look, I need to go to the upstairs hall to greet the new recruits. Just think about it and let me know your answer whenever you're ready.
Do I stay with Heiss? Or join up with Rosh's brigade? This isn't a decision I can make lightly. Huh? What's that book doing here? Is it calling to me? I suppose I do still have some questions for those two. Maybe I should head back to Historia.
Hello, Try. Hope you're doing well.
You too.
We're almost done with the prologue.
Hello, Stock. We summoned you this time because there's something we need to tell you.
I have a question for you as well. A moment ago, I saw a future where I kill Rosh. What was that about?
Please, calm yourself, Stock. That vision is precisely why we chose to summon you here.
You went back and averted the deaths of Rainey and Marco. Rosh's death happens further in the future, but it too can be averted in the same way.
I think it is going well. So we now have a motive outside of the narrative, I would say, to potentially save our best friend. But ultimately, we still have not tied into their motives. So far we're missing quite a few dots, but again, we're in the prologue. But maybe chat will hypothesize where the story will go to connect things together. I'm always curious what people think the first time through. If I recall correctly, I remember being ultra suspicious of Heist. So I think when I first played the game, I did not choose to work with Heist first. So we'll be doing something similar in this playthrough.
Even should that future come to pass, you can revisit it and change history. And this is the primary juncture at which you may do so.
What do you mean? Don't tell me. Does history branch again here?
Correct. You are quite sharp, Stock. Now, look upon the path forward.
What?
You've returned. Welcome back, Murphy.
This is the moment where history branches in two. You can return to this point in time and space with the White Chronicle. A node has been formed here.
Which means what?
Your decision now will have a profound effect on history. If you ever want to revisit that decision, you will be able to return to this very moment.
So the choice I'm about to make is an important one then?
That's right. Whether to align yourself with Heiss or Rosh is a more vital decision than you know. Your decision to stay on as an agent or join the brigade with Rosh will change your life.
Heiss clearly knows what the White Chronicle is capable of.
Game autosaves, yeah, uh-oh, definitely. So we get to see what happens if we make a choice here.
He's the one who gave it to me after all. I'm not sure why he chose to do so, though. That may be reason enough to part ways with him.
Many potential paths lay before you at this moment. Make a decision, explore its consequences, and search for possibilities. That is the power bestowed upon you by the White Chronicle.
So I shouldn't waste time thinking. I need to act. Is that it?
There you go. See, you heard it. He's not going to waste time thinking. He dumped his instat anyway, so it's good.
We are not saying you should make your decisions carelessly. We just want you to know that you needn't be overly cautious.
Although, to be fair with him, he's not done anything like outrageously dumb. We've definitely had worse protagonists when it comes to making decisions.
To search for possibilities in the shadows of history, without anyone finding you out. That's your true mission.
Yeah, it's true. He left it at 10 or maybe 9. It didn't go to 4. He's not a veggie.
A fitting aim for an agent like myself. I want to know one thing, though.
What is it?
What's the point of all this? At first, my only goal here was saving Marco and Rainey. Yet now you claim the White Chronicle is meant to bring about the true history. What is this history you speak of? I assume it has little to do with my own personal gain. I have to wonder. What will happen if I do nothing?
The world will perish.
Well, she is allowed to reveal that to us, apparently.
What?
It's no exaggeration. This world is on the verge of destruction.
By now, you must surely have noticed the inevitable ruin the desertification brings. It is the underlying root of this horrible war, and what will bring it to an end as well. If its merciless advance remains unchecked, man's battle over arable land will rage on.
That's unfortunate. Hopefully you get one with a good special, Murphy.
And the result will be total extinction.
Oh, I love Total Extinction. It's my favorite event.
You will prevent that from happening by creating a history that won't perish.
You will task us with that, but we'll see how that goes in the game.
Countless possibilities fade into the darkness.
We might be seeing a couple of those possibilities.
Yet there exists a razor-thin path of light. You must find it.
You must find the true ending.
understand. I'll do what I can for now.
That would be best. Becoming anxious over having to save the world isn't necessarily to your advantage. Just do what you think is right. That may be all you need to reach a favorable history.
I suppose I don't have much choice when you put it like that.
Ah, there is still one more thing we must tell you.
Your journey will be hard. You will not go through unscathed. As a result, we're considering healing you and your comrades through the nodes.
You can do that?
Oh yes, but we will require mana crystals to use this power. Choose the moments you use our healing wisely.
I have here some mana crystals. Take them with you.
Thank you. I'll be sure to use them carefully.
We will always be close by, watching over you.
So I guess they're introducing the concept of I could get a full heal at certain save points if I have the items for it. So it's not just a free heal for farming. I don't really recall using them that often, to be honest, but I guess if we're going for a lower XP run, it will probably be more relevant for me to keep track of how many I have. I think in my main playthrough, I barely use them.
Until we meet again, Stock.
Why was I given this power? Well, no matter. I have a decision to make. To join Rasha's core or not. Okay. Well, I don't want to make that decision today. But the beginning has been added as a node. There are still a lot of things we can do in the prologue itself. So I'm going to go around and talk to several people. Then we'll take a break, I think. Can now go to Historia from nodes on the field. In White Chronicle, you can view story summaries and travel instantly across time. Right. Those two gave me these things called mana crystals. Mana crystals attained ×3. By spending mana crystal, you restore HP MP. And a node select recover, you can hold a max of 9, spend them wisely. As I said before, like, if you want to top up before bosses, it's kind of nice. We'll make another save here. So what happens if I do decide to go back to Historia? What does the game do? Let's witness it, chat. Bear witness. So we could go to the White Chronicle. We can't talk to them there. Sometimes we get other options when we're in there. The White Chronicle screen will allow you to view details of the story and travel through time. More icons will appear in the timeline on the top screen as the story progresses. The story summary for each icon will be shown on the bottom screen when the cursor is over that icon. If the summary is too long for a single screen, you can scroll down using the bar on the side. Oh no, touchscreen? Oh, not touchscreen, chat. I hate touchscreen. I don't mind like tapping screens, but scrolling, we'll see how that goes. Blue icons are used to indicate nodes. Select one and travel to there by pressing A. So we'll go ahead and read this. Oh, that's not set up correctly. That's unfortunate. Does this work? This does work. Okay. So let's go through the story so far. Prologue, Daydream. Stock is given orders by Heist to meet an informant at Lastville Hills. Stock is then given the White Chronicle. Marco Rene joins Stock's team. However, he soon has a vision of their deaths. Stock's best friend Rosh shows up to see him off. Rosh can't seem to shake the inexplicable feeling that something bad will happen to Stock and his party. A woman emerges from the inn as the party is leaving, Alistil. She seems to be searching for something. So one thing I'll also note before I continue going through there. Progress bar. You can see there are 4 nodes. We have 283 nodes to go, chat. Some of them will just be plot summaries. As they mentioned before, the important events will be blue. So already, chat, you can see we have a path to the top, a path to the middle, and a path to the bottom. So even though we were given 2 different choices, that does not mean that we can't have alternate outcomes to a single event. Just wanted to draw a little attention there. Is there a way to scroll with any of the other buttons? No. I could speed up the mouse cursor slightly. Oh well. So we'll go through the summary. Children of Historia. Stock and the party head to rendezvous with Heist's agent. Almost immediately after making contact with him, the agent is killed by Grenorg's forces. Stock and his party are ambushed by Palomides the Executioner, bringing the vision Stock had to life. Seriously wounded, Stock jumps into the river. Stock arrives in a place called Historia, where he meets 2 mysterious children, Tio and Lipti. Stock travels back in time and breaks through the box blockade, avoiding Palomides in the process. Awakening. Stock awakens in the castle infirmary. Soon after, he and Sonia are attacked. Rosh rescues Stock and Sonya from the attack. The invader turns to sand before he can be questioned. Nobody's sure whether the sand plague, which causes people to turn to sand, is connected to the terrible desertification inflicting the continent. Even so, Stock is ordered to keep the details of the attacks under wrap. And finally, we have the beginning. Rosh asks Stock to join its brigade. Stock decides whether he wants to join Rosh or stay with the... what was it? Special Intelligence? Special Intelligence with Heist. Stock realizes this is a crucial decision. So you could see, chat, there are going to be a lot of pages. And they mentioned before, we're going to be getting more actions up here. But for now, we can't do anything other than, I guess, return. Let's time travel to the point we're already at. So we actually want to be talking to a lot of... Oh, speaking of which.
What do you make of that soldier?
Okay, since we saw the event before, I can hit start to skip it, which is kind of nice. But that's a nice little recap in case you're playing the game on your own. We don't have to witness that because we just did it. But it is important to talk to named characters because you never know if they'll end up being involved in a side quest, or potentially they might have items for you that'll help you complete other side quests. So let's talk to Sonya first.
I worry about you and Raj. You're always pushing yourself so hard.
I like it a lot, Try. I would recommend it. I will say it's a coin flip. If you want to do like speedruns and such, I think the original DS is better. If you want voice acting and kind of like a cleanup of some things and some extra okay-ish content, then you could try the 3DS version, I would say.
You should hang around the city and relax once in a while.
Okay, so she doesn't seem to have any information for us at the moment. Crucial words. Did any of the dialogue change in here?
Don't.
Doesn't look like it. Busy, busy, busy. Hope we beat Granora can get back to being peaceful soon.
Yes.
This is the medical floor. Dr. Sonya is the central figure on this floor. Sonya put these flowers here. Sonya is researching the connection between nature and mana.
Yes.
Merchants are being waylaid by goblins at Latsville Hills. Oh, you don't have anything new to say.
Welcome.
So it looks like maybe the dialogue hasn't updated quite yet, which is good to know. Out of curiosity. Okay, so we are by ourselves at the moment.
Yes.
Perhaps there's nothing we could do here now. I think we need to...
Hey.
Yeah, we have this person that we don't know what to do with yet. But I'm not seeing anything else. Now, the game will indicate characters that will start side quests. We'll see that icon, I think, in the next session. But we can get a little heads up if anything is needed in this chapter. So, for example, we know the woman at the reception desk was saying that she'll need help eventually. So we know to check in on her, and potentially we might need to come back here. Because sometimes, for example, there could be a time-sensitive quest where we might need to deliver something to them, but something might happen to them, or the thing we're looking for doesn't exist at the point of the time we receive the request. So sometimes we might need to go to the past, for example, to get something. Perhaps we bring something from the future to the past. We'll see how it goes. But I think for now, we're gonna make a save. I don't want to accidentally start the next chapter. If I do, I will trim that out of the video. But I want to see if we could talk to the characters a little more before we end the session.
Hey, Stock. You have your answer yet? Do you want to join my team or stay with Heist?
This is where history splits. I need to think carefully about the decision. We'll think it over.
I need to give it some more thought.
Sure. Take all the time you need. But if you ask me, I know you'll make a great second-in-command. Just keep that in mind.
Okay. Now, are we allowed to use the elevator? I'm curious. Oh, we're not allowed. Okay. We're gonna check one more thing, and then we'll probably stop for now. Unfortunately, we can't get that treasure chest. Shouldn't leave now. Still have to talk things over with Rush. Okay. So, I'm actually probably a little underleveled for where I wanted to be. I probably should have gone back to the northern path. I kind of forgot you couldn't circle back around to the bridge. So, I might have to fight something in the next area, which is a bit unfortunate, because I think you could get better XP at the other place. So anyway, chat, let's save here for now, then. do a quick little Let's Chat. So hopefully the chat has been enjoying the game so far. I mentioned before, I've played through the DS version of the game as well as the 3DS version of the game. I'm being a little careful to try to avoid certain bugs that are in the game. There's not many, fortunately, but the XP one is probably the biggest one. So I did not skip XP to my knowledge so far, but unfortunately, I did miss out on a fight I kind of needed. So we're going to have to probably do 1 or 2 makeup fights. But otherwise, this is going to be kind of a lower combat session. I want to focus mostly on the plot. I'm not going to grind out a lot of characters. I will say I have a specific endgame party in mind, not because it's used in like speedruns or it's optimal. I just find it funny. So we'll be using them. But don't worry, chat, we'll be using every character for at least 2 or more combats. So we'll get to see a little bit of a showcase of the characters. I will say there are some characters that are definitely meant to be used endgame, but they're kind of like mediocre until then. So we could take advantage of the way XP works in this game. So one thing I will state also is if you're a higher level when you do get another character, they will join based off of, I think, average party level. So I'm not in a rush to get new characters. In fact, I want to do as much as possible before I get them. That way I don't have to level them literally at all. Just kind of nice. But anyway, chat, I think we got a good little sneak peek at the game so far. I think we'll be going more in depth and we'll be doing more of Chapter 1. Unfortunately, today I think is going to have to be a slightly shorter stream. So we will do something for probably about another 20 minutes or so. But from the standpoint of YouTube, unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to part ways. So if you got to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd just like to thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time.